Ole, can I ask you, what exactly is Calanus finmarchicus?
Calanus finmarchicus is a copepod belonging to the genus of Calanus. It's a marine zooplankton and one of the most ecologically important species in the entire marine ecosystem. This is because of its role in the food chain, where it is placed on the lower trophic levels, linking phytoplankton with the higher trophic levels, such as fish. It is actually the most numerous animal species in the Norwegian Sea and has the largest renewable marine biomass in the Northern Hemisphere. So, Calanus finmarchicus is a zooplankton, small in size, but enormous in numbers. And Zooca has just started to build a new sustainable industry based on this unique resource.
You mentioned sustainability there and the fact that it lives for only a year. Does that mean that the population is so big that it's a sustainable option in terms of from a fishing point of view?
You can compare it a little bit with sheep and lambs. Sheep generate lambs in the spring. They breed and then and they give birth and so on. The thing is with the standing stock biomass, you can compare it to the sheep. The sheep is 30 million tons. They overwinter in the deep ocean, actually, and in the springtime they ascend to the surface and they reproduce. And after they reproduce, they die off. And the amount of reproduction, the amount of children they produce every year has a volume or a biomass of 300 million tons. So 30 million ton parent generation ascending to the surface produces 300 million tons of children, or what we call it in marine biology, nauplii. And they go through a maturation process through different stages, and at the end of the summer they are mature, and some of them descend to the deeper realms again, where they hibernate for the next spring. Some of them die off. Some of them are eaten by fish or larvae or juveniles or other small creatures. Harvesting a zooplankton that's only 3 to 4 millimeter long requires totally different trawls and detection methods compared to other fisheries. Calanus is harvested by a special purpose planktonic trawl, and the trawl is rather wide and shallow, equipped with a mesh size suited for sieving or filtering water while retaining Calanus inside of the trawl.
You mentioned the size of the Calanus finmarchicus as being, 3 or 4 millimeters. How was something like that discovered by a human?
That's quite an interesting question. It was discovered approximately 300 years ago and given a name according to the region. It was discovered in the municipality of Finnmark in Norway. When Calanus has finished, when the parent generation has finished their reproduction, they die. And sometimes you can find them washed up on the beach. You can see like a red carpet of Calanus on the beach. So it's evident, this species has been evident for a long time, and the presence has been known for a very long time. It's also eaten by a lot of fish, different types of fish, which are of commercial interest to people along the coast. So when we have been fishing, for example, coalfish or mackerel or blue whiting or anything else, and when we cut them, we can see what their prey is. And it's very obvious that it is Calanus from time to time. So this species is detectable on several different levels, both as prey to commercial species, but also as leftover washed up on the beaches.
Siv Katrine, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Zooca? Where did it come from?
Well, the company was started up in 20 years ago, and it was a professor in marine biology, Kurt Tanda, together with Gunnar Rørstad, that started the company. And they developed a technology for harvesting and producing products based on the Calanus finmarchicus. They did a lot of research to manage to harvest this tiny little animal, zooplankton. It's only 3 to 4 millimeter in size, so it requires very special harvesting gear. And no one has ever processed products from this resource before. So of course they had to go up the way and learn how to manage to get out good product that you can use for humans and animals. So what they did then was starting to make documentation on, okay, can this be eaten by people? Is it healthy? So they started by doing studies early on in around 2005. And then they went on with clinical studies, both a university in Germany and one in Czechia started doing clinical studies on humans and found very amazing results on the oil. And we also started a collaboration with feeding companies that started using ingredients from the protein part of the product in animals. So then they knew that these products could be very, very great, both for humans and animals. And they started making a business plan, doing the strategy work to ensure that they can roll this out in the world and sell the products in the world market.
Now, whereabouts are you based?
We have our head office in Tromsø, far up in the northern part of Norway. Our production plant is situated in Sortland, Vesterålen, which is also in the northern part of Norway.
How big or how broad is your product range? I mean, what constitutes your portfolio?
Well, we have 4 products in our portfolio today. We have the new unique marine oil that is for human health and 3 protein products for the animal health market. Zooca colonus oil is a marine oil, and it contains a full spectrum omega fatty acids naturally bounded with polycosanols. And then we have a protein called Zooca hydrolysate. It's a protein concentrate that also contains small peptides and amino acid. Then we have the Zooca powder, and it's a shell fraction of the product, and it contains protein, chitin, and oil. And then the last product, the sea frozen product, that is our raw material in a frozen state straight from the sea. The product is sold today as feed for shrimp farming and is nature's own starter feed.
What do you see as the future for these products for you?
This is a unique resource that provides products aimed at metabolic health for humans and nature's own starter feed for shrimp, marine, finfish, and salmon farming. So we believe that the future is bright for Zooca products, and we are proud to be able to contribute to the world's need for good quality nutrients.
Very good. I'm sure as a company like yourselves, you are working on lots of new products. Are there any of those that you can talk to us about, or that you can give us a little insight into as to what's coming down the line in terms of new product development?
Well, our company is based on research and development, and we continue to focus on exploring new and innovative ways to improve our product portfolio. This means that process and product development is crucial for us. Currently, our main focus is to ensure product development through more scientific support related to improving health, both in humans and animals. So we have several scientific studies going on right now.
So why should a dietary supplement brand consider using colonus oil as part of its ingredients?
Well, Zooca colonus oil is a breakthrough for metabolic health and healthy aging, which is important for people all over the world. And this is a great opportunity to attract new users and drive profitable growth for your brand over time. The 3 main reasons for starting up with Zooca products can be summarized as number 1, meet the future in a sustainable way and innovate with nature. And secondly, this is a breakthrough for metabolic health beyond what you can get from other omega-3 products. And thirdly, drive profitable growth by reaching new consumers with new health-giving and sustainable products.
Thank you very much for your time. Ollie, thanks for the time this morning. Can I ask you, why have you chosen to partner with Actylis for Europe?
We believe that Actylis is a great fit for us. We are a fairly young company when it comes to commercializing our product internationally, and we have a remarkable, nutritious product And we believe that Actylis' experience and established infrastructure, as well as your existing customer network across Europe, will be a great fit for us to realize the potential of our resource.
And do you see any particular elements of our business being key to helping develop your own business in Europe?
It goes to the point I was just touching on, which is you have all the systems in place. The infrastructure is there, as well as you have the people with the competency and experience and knowledge to help bring it to market through your infrastructure and through your systems, and to tap into the distribution that you already have across all the key markets in Europe. That's very important for us, that we can grow with one partner across the whole region.
Very good. Obviously, the key to a successful relationship, you know, in the medium to long term, are the synergies between the two businesses. Are there any in particular that you see as being fundamentally important to a successful relationship?
Yeah, I think there are synergies both on the external or the market side as well as the internal side. Internally, in terms of the values of our company and the philosophy of our company, matches very closely the values and philosophy of Actylis. On the external side, we're both growth companies with global ambitions, looking for unique and innovative products to bring to customers and end users. We're also both very knowledge and R&D and science driven, which is at the core of our company since it was started. So in terms of all of that, we believe the values, the philosophy, and the synergies on the market side, the R&D and science side, it bodes for a very good partnership.
Yeah, very good. We've heard this morning a lot of information about the product itself. It's this level of lipid innovation. How do you see it playing a role in the development of the market as a whole in the short to medium term?
Well, we believe that brands out there are looking for the next, shiny new object, so to speak. Innovation that is unique, that is real, that meets needs of end users, meaning consumers. And if you look at the world today, at the global level and also in Europe, one trend driving the consumer health market or consumer health industry is the idea of healthy aging. The population of the world is getting older and older, and people are seeking solutions to make them feel and look and perform at their best as they did when they were younger. And we believe that Zooca is perfectly positioned to tap into that trend through the product that we have, which is clinically studied to support the 5 pillars of metabolic health for healthy aging. And those 5 pillars are insulin support, normalizing blood sugar or stabilizing blood sugar levels, promoting fat conversion and lean muscle mass, as well as cardio efficiency and muscle strength. All important factors for metabolic health that would support healthy aging.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything that you'd like to leave us with? Any last thoughts that you think are important from a Zooca point of view?
We're very excited about the partnership. We're just getting started, and the opportunity is there. It's an exciting time to be in this industry, and we believe that the synergies we talked about and the product that we have to meet the consumer needs, and that we can deliver on those needs through our brand customers that we sign up together, it forms a foundation for a very good partnership.
We've just heard a little bit about what Zooca Calamus oil is. Can you tell us what makes it unique in the nutraceutical ingredients world?
The Zooca Calamus oil, it's special. Some of the uniqueness is it's unrefined, and it's also a very complex oil. It contains a full spectrum of fatty acids. It's actually more than 40 different fatty acids, and also bioactive polycosanols and astaxanthin. This means it actually has a completely different chemical composition than other marine oils, such as fish oil and krill oil. And some of the unique ingredients to highlight is actually this polycosanols, which is also an ingredient that you can find in plant sources, such as sugarcane and rice bran wax. And the documentation there shows positive effects on metabolism, such as energy expenditure, muscle capacity, and endurance. In addition, we have these very high concentrations of astaxanthin, which we know is a very potent antioxidant that will conserve the oil, but we also know that it will protect your cells from oxidative stress. And we have this mix of other bioactive unsaturated fatty acids that you also can find in the Mediterranean diet, such as olive oil, just here in a kind of a marine, more potent version. And of course, we have this the traditional omega-3 fatty acids in addition.
How does the whole thing come together to work?
It's a novel component. It's a novel bioactive lipids, which we actually say goes beyond the omega-3s. And the Calanus creature, the Calanus finmarchicus, it stores its energy very compactly as this liquid wax, which is completely different from the triglycerides and phospholipids that's commonly present in other marine oils. So this main difference is that this wax ester, this compact form of energy, consists of polycosanols, which are bound to fatty acids. So these two are bound together. And this specific chemical form allows for this natural, slow, and beneficial digestion and absorption of all these bioactive components. This chemical form actually allows these potent nutrients to travel all the way to the end of the small intestines, and there they actually reach these specialized nutrient receptors known as the GPR120s. And these receptors are important in regulating sugar and fat metabolism in the body. So we actually now have also a solid documentation that these omega-3s from the Zooca Calanus oil, they are digested and absorbed equally as the well-known standard omega-3s, which are claimed to have superior bioavailability.
If I'm taking the oil, what's it going to do for me?
It's going to improve your metabolic health. So our main clinical findings are related to the overall area of metabolic health. And it's explained by several clinical studies that the results have related to improvement on body composition, which we actually see as a reduction in fat mass in combination with an increase in muscle mass. We see it to support and maintenance of healthy insulin levels and insulin sensitivity. We also see an effect on the heart's ability to improve its pumping capacity, actually translated to an improved heart health. And we also have documented the increase of the omega-3 levels in tissue.
You mentioned the clinical studies there a couple of times. Is that something that is ongoing, and what does that look like from a clinical studies point of view?
Yeah, now we actually have more than 20 years of experience, not just with clinicals, but with preclinicals and clinicals as well, both from in-house and collaborative R&Ds.
So if I wanted to start taking it, how much of it should I be taking? How often do I take it? In the morning? Do I take it with food, or how does that all work?
Yeah, we recommend 2 to 4 capsules per day, depending on the capsule size and content. And all supplements containing lipids should be taken with a meal, and preferably with dietary fat, because in that way you will send the right signals to your digestive system. From my point of view, as a researcher in the company, it's such a rewarding and challenging product to work with, since it is so unique, and also that we see that this might have such an impact on human health and improving people's quality of life. And also, since we are the only ones studying this, every step of the way is actually leading us to a discovery and breakthrough, and and contributing to the body of knowledge. So it's just a really interesting journey to be part of.
Yeah, it's fascinating to listen to, particularly given how long it's taken to get from where it started to here, and the amount of clinical research behind it, and the fact that it has all of these documented benefits to us to take. So fascinating. Thank you very much for your time this morning.